As India showcased its military strength during Operation Sindoor, attacking terror camps and then 11 Pakistani air bases, the warning sent to Islamabad was loud and clear. But now, a simultaneous call for the Indian Air Force's technological independence has broken out on social media. This time, it's about the heart of a fighter jet, the Kaveri engine. Thousands of Indian citizens, defense analysts and aerospace enthusiasts use the hashtag Fund Kaveri Engine on Platform X, calling on the Indian government and the Defense Ministry to give priority and life to the long-pending Kaveri engine development project. The appeal is straightforward but imperative. India should desist from using foreign engines for its own fighter aircraft and develop its own engine for genuine self-reliance and strategic independence. But what is the Kaveri engine? The Kaveri engine is a native turbofan jet engine that was designed and developed by Gas Turbine Research Establishment, or the GTRE, as part of India's Defense Research and Development Organization, or the DRDO. With the reported capability to generate about 80 kN of thrust, the Kaveri was initially meant to power the indigenous LCA Tejas variants. However, even after 40 years, its development is still incomplete. This makes the Indian Air Force vulnerable due to dependence on foreign supply chains like we are witnessing now with the GE F404 delays from America. The Kaveri's architecture is modular and it employs a low bypass twin spool setup with full authority digital engine control for accurate management. The engine also features a flat-rated thrust profile which enables it to keep performing even when operating in high temperatures and high altitudes, perfect for Indian operations in areas such as Ladakh and the Northeast, as well as the LOC. Kaveri was hugely inspired by the General Electric F404 engine, the one that is currently powering the Tejas Mark 1s. Although India licensed the F404 from the US, the intention has always been to create a parallel indigenous engine. The project was initiated in 1986 with an initial cost of 382 crore rupees. More than 2,000 crore rupees has been incurred since then, and although prototypes were constructed, the engine did not match the desired thrust-to-weight ratio as required by the Indian Air Force. This resulted in the Kaveri engine being delinked from the Tejas fighter jet program as early as 2008. Now, there were some major challenges faced. First, thrust deficiency. The engine generated only about 70 to 75 kilonewtons with afterburner, falling short of the 85 to 90 kilonewton thrust required for the Tejas variants. Second, weight concerns. The Kaveri was heavier than the Western alternatives available in the market. Third, sanctions. Following India's nuclear tests in 1998, Western countries imposed restrictions on export of crucial and critical technologies such as single crystal turbine blades to India. Fourth, insufficient facilities. India did not have sea-level or high-altitude test facilities and had to rely on Russia's CIAM for flight testing. And lastly, dissolved foreign collaborations. A planned collaboration with SNECMA of France to develop the engine core fell through due to disagreements. Though put on the back burner for Tejas, the Kaveri project is not dead. DRDO is now modifying the engine for upcoming platforms. A dry Kaveri for Ghatak UCAV. A non-afterburner variant of the Kaveri engine is being designed for India's stealth unmanned combat aerial vehicle, or UCAV, which is Ghatak, likely to have a requirement of 46 to 50 kilonewtons of thrust. Successful Russian flight test. In 2018, the Kaveri engine was successfully tested on a Russian IL-76 flight, indicating the possibility of utilization in the future. Private sector participation. Private entities such as Godrej Aerospace and MTAR Technologies have been contracted to produce modules and core components of this engine. French funding boost. During the visit of French President Emmanuel Macron in 2023, talks indicated that Safran, the manufacturer of the N88 engine for the Rafale fighter jet, could assist India in the development of a next-generation version of the Kaveri for India's stealth jet, or the AMCA. India is presently gearing up to unveil its fifth-generation fighter jet project, the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft or AMCA. The stealth fighter is projected to take flight by 2028 and will be operational by early 2030s. It will have foreign twin engines initially, possibly GE F414, but the intention is to replace them in the future with a more powerful domestic engine delivering in excess of 110 kilonewtons of thrust. The Kaveri engine or its next generation future variant can be the backbone of the AMCA. Technology transfer collaborations with nations such as France or the United States, even the United Kingdom, are on the anvil, but the foundation will remain Indian. If a successful Kaveri derivative is developed, it will first used for AMCA MK2 and the Hatak UCAV. Subsidize imported engines in future drones and trainers, be exported to friendly countries after incorporation in Tejas, save billions of dollars on imports within the next 20 to 30 years, and establish a domestic aerospace supply chain base and create numerous jobs in India. India's defense story is undergoing a remarkable transformation. Once heavily dependent on foreign imports with nearly 70% of military equipment coming from abroad, the country has made huge strides in domestic manufacturing. In the last few years, defense production has surged by 174%, while exports have skyrocketed nearly 30 times, reaching new markets across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. However, only a handful of nations, including the US, Russia, China, France, and the UK, have perfected the jet engine technology. India was late entrant in the race as national priorities were different, nor was infrastructure in place to undertake such a technically challenging and cost-consuming project. However, things are now changing. India is now the fourth biggest economy in the world, and there is renewed focus on defense manufacturing, given the constant threat from Pakistan and China. For India to be included among the world's leading military powers, it must acquire the capability to build an indigenous jet engine for strategic independence. India has already mastered producing missiles, satellites, tanks, nuclear submarines, as well as aircraft carriers. Now it is time to construct the heart of a fighter jet, an all-Indian engine. Have your say. Will the government heed this public appeal and finally give wings to the Kaveri engine project? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.